והגדת לבנך, you should tell your son, הנה פסח מצרים לא היה נוהג איסור חמץ, אלא יום אחד בלבד. Now, Pesach, when we went out of Mitzrayim, we were only forbidden to eat chametz on one day alone. K'mavur b'Gemara, perek kav shin, daf kav ches amud beis, perek tes psachim, daf tzadik vav amud beis. V'afal pichin lo achlu chametz kol zayin hayamim, but nonetheless, they did not eat chametz all 7 days, machmas ki b'chipazon yotzasa, because we went out quickly, in a hurry, and there was not enough time for the dough of our forefathers to rise and so forth. Like Eliyahu Mizrahi explains in Parshas Re'eh on the verse that you went out in a hurry. And this that it says in the Siddur that the other days they were eating chametz, that's a mistake of the one who wrote it down. That, not sure what Siddur they're talking about, but the point is that they did not eat chametz all those days because there was no chametz. It didn't have time. But for generations, we are forbidden to have chametz all 7 days. So we can preface the difference between Shabbos and Yom Tov. Yom Tov nemar simcha, u'b'Shabbos nemar oneg, because in Yom Tov it says joy, and on Shabbos it says pleasure. Hine Yom Tov hu iskalus mochin de'ima im habanim samecha. Now on Yom Tov it's a revelation of the brains of Ima. The mother of the children is joyous. V'Shabbos hu amshachas mochin de'aba. On Shabbos we draw down the brains of the father. B'chinas mochin de'ima meir b'zeran pin b'chinas kiruv. And these brains of Ima, of joy, shine into Zah in a close way. Just like the main growing up of the son is through first his waiting 9 months in the womb of the mother, and then the nursing from the milk of the mother, which is not the case with wisdom. It says, it says, I would be wise, but it was far from me. Now the concept of the brains of the mother is the source of the order of the gradative process of creation. And the Ksaviyat Beis adds, and the brains of the father, that's what's higher than the order of creation. Because Bina is established in the throne, which is the world of Bria, which is the beginning of the order of creation, which is the concept of the divinity that fills creation, which is not the case with the concept of Abba, that's established in the world of Atzilus, and does not shine into Bria. Therefore it's called that which encompasses all worlds, and that's why it says that your love is greater than wine, is better than wine, because wine is that which rejoices Elokim. It's the concept of simcha, that Elokim is the concept of hiding and covering, and when it comes out from the hidden to the revealed, then you have the great joy to Elokim, that you've made joy from the hidden. Like the idea of how when wine goes in, the secret comes out. You've been megala the helem, soda vayaliyarev, that the secret of Hashem is to those who fear Him. So the Yureyev is also a concept of Elokim, and so the secret is nisgala through the Yureyev, through the Elokim, and the Isgala Sahalim. But all of this is in the gradative process of hidden and revealed. The concept of wine, but your love, which is beyond the order of creation, that which is higher than the hidden, higher than even that which encompasses and that which fills, because there's no comparison to you at all, because in comparison to his essence may be blessed, that in comparison to his essence, so light and revelation is equal to the darkness that was in the beginning. So it doesn't matter whether it was hidden or revealed beyond creation or in creation. It's all the same in comparison to Atmos. That all lights are darkened in front of him, and the supernal crown, even though it is a pure light, or and so forth. Now your love, that refers to the words of our sages, and so rabbinic decrees and explanations, Sefer hu bina, Sofer hu chachma, that the book is bina, but the scribe is chachma. So all the order of creation, Sovev and Mimale, that's all a concept of chachma and bina. But in general, the concept of the scribe is chachma, v'zeu gam kina hefresh bin malachim l'neshamos, and this is also the difference between souls and angels. Angels and souls, that the angels are rooted in the union of the kisses, that the main concept is from bina, that is to say the flow of intellect into letters of thought, that the concept of nishikin is a revelation of the letters from bina, letters of machshava, but the souls are rooted in the essence of wisdom, which comes down as a tipa and not as osios. So again, it's like the difference between the Sofrim and the Sefer, which comes from bina. Intizah. In another place it explains that the order of creation is allegorical to how in a person you have thought, speech, and action, which are the three concepts of Bria, Tzir, which is not the case with creation of letters of thought, that the letters of thought are beyond the order of creation, but more like a concept of something from nothing. So the creation of machshava dibur ma'aseh, to go from atzilus to bria, so that's yesh ma'ayin, to get to that first step of the three. Now in the world of Atzilus, you also have which are also the higher level of thought, speech, and action. That is to say, thought, speech, and action correspond with bina, and the emotional attributes, and malchus, or action. So it's found then that bina is the source for the order of creation, whether it's bria yitzir asiyah or it's bia of atzilus, which is not the case with the brains of the father of Abba. It's higher than the bria that's in atzilus, and higher than the concept of thought. Now the concept of the gradative process, that's cause and effect, that first the effect was included in the cause, then it descended to be on its own. And therefore, when the effect draws close to the cause, the joy will be greatened. And like when the elevation of Malchus to Atzilus from its descent into the worlds of Bria Yitzir, which is a concept of its being a head to the foxes, to be elevated to Atzilus, to be united with Zah, and it's better to be Zon of Laodaios, to be the bottom of Atzilus, than to be the head of the foxes of Bia. That is, the effect that goes back up to its cause. So too the elevation of Israel, like the idea of that there went up the tribes, which is the elevation of the 12 tribes in Bria, the Merkavta Tatan, to their source in Atzilus, and that's what it says, that he returns the barren woman of the house to be a mother of children of joy. So what does it mean? The Akeres Habayis, the foundation of the house, is like, it's from the language of like a mole that lives in the foundation of houses. Bechinas Malchus Shemislabeshes Yomin Dechol Beklipas Noga. That's the concept of Malchus that's enclosed in the days of the week in the Klipas Noga, to elevate it. Therefore it says in Tilim, you should listen, all those who dwell in Cheled, like the Cholda. Pirush Rashi, Al Shema Cholda, Shibia Basha, Veina Bayam, and that's because the mole dwells on the dry land and not in the sea. Ki Cholda Lashon Hester. It's something that digs under the land specifically, because the Cholda is from the language of hiding, that it shemistateres bebiyah, that it hides in the lower worlds of Bria Yitzir Asiyah. V'ze'enu shayich b'yam shu alma diskasya, and that you can't have in the sea, which is the hidden world, because the hidden world corresponds more with Atzilus, and the Yabasha specifically is the lower worlds, the alma diskalya. V'hine ki shehi mis'ala b'yom tov nasis b'bichinas em habanim semecha. So therefore, on the holiday, it becomes a concept of the mother of the children is joyous. It changes from Moshiv Yakeres Habayis, the concept of the foundation of the home, the lowest level of the descent of Malchus into Biyah, like the Cholda and the Karibatim, upwards towards Atzilus, to be to the concept of Bina, of joy. The source of Ishtalshalos v'smecha hi b'malchus v'simcha hi b'malchus mitzad Bina, and this joy is in Malchus because of Bina, kamusha kasu b'pardes erech simcha b'meori or oshin simenun ches v'zehu ubiyom simchas libo, and this is the concept on the day of the rejoicing of his heart. Zehu binyan beis hamikdash, that refers to the building of the temple. Ki libo hainu Malchus, because what is the rejoicing of his heart? What's the heart? That's Malchus, to bring the joy to the Malchus. Vayin mashakas b'torah orso of Pashas Bereishis al pasuk v'isatsev elibo. Well, look what it says in Bereishis, on that he was saddened to his heart. But all of this refers to the light of the infinite light that shines into Bina, which is some kind of grasping and understanding. And therefore it's called to give my loved one a something that is the 310 worlds of reward. And so what is this bina? It's like the idea of to understand something from within something. What is the thing you're understanding from within? Nikra b'chinas memalakol almin. So the toch davar, the inside of the thing, that's the that which fills all the worlds. She b'chinas shame, which is a concept of a name. Tahainu ziv ha'ara, that's a glimmer and a light. Hanimshach toch almin, that shines inside the worlds. V'tzarich lahavin mizeh she'inu el ziv kanal. You need to understand from this that this is only a glimmer. You need to see and grasp that from this glimmer that there's something higher. The tochtav shu yisparach hu asoviv kol almin, to understand from this that he encompasses all worlds, and that no thought can grasp him, and that he's not of these attributes at all. And therefore the world to come is called the world to come. The bina, the understanding, is called the world to come. When you grasp this and understand this, Zohar Kadosh, which is the concept of revelation of chachma, of wisdom, with the pleasure that's enclosed in it. Now these 310 worlds are the bottom half of the 620 lights of Keser. It says in the Ramaz Perush and Zohar and Bashalach that the 310 higher levels of Keser shine into Abba, which is the Yud of Hashem's name, and the lower levels shine into Bina, which is the He of Hashem's name. So all of this, again, is a concept of that the pleasure in the world to come, which is understanding of how the glimmer is beyond. So again, the Chokhmah which is Abba, is beyond that, which in general corresponds with Sovev. But then you have a concept of Keser that he's hinting to that's higher here, or in general you could say that Chokhmah corresponds again with Sofrim, which are higher than the Sefer. So again, the Shabbos, the Tainug, is higher than the Simcha of pleasure of Yom Tov, which is a Giloi of the Simcha, because Malchus it goes down into Biyah, and it gets elevated to have a pleasure of Bina and Yom Tov. And similarly, Olam Haba is like this level. Ketzer, Pesach, Mitzrayim, Isur Chimutzo, Yom Echad. We talked about how Pesach Mitzrayim, it's only forbidden to have chametz one day. But nonetheless, they did not eat chametz all 7 because they were sent out and they did not have time. And for generations, we're not allowed all 7 days. So the Rashi explains in Baal Loscha in Chumash that Pesach, that was made on the 14th day of the first month of the second year that we left Mitzrayim, also was 7 days of matzah and destroying chametz. So we did not eat chametz all 7, even that second year. B'yom tov nemar v'samachto b'chagecha u'b'shabbos nemar v'krasa l'shabbos oneg. And then he prefaces the idea of Yom Tov and Shabbos and says how that on Yom Tov it says you should be joyous in your holiday, and on Shabbos it says you should call pleasure to Shabbos. Yom Tov mochin de'ima, Shabbos mochin de'abba. How Yom Tov is the brains of the mother, and Shabbos is the brains of the father. Ima mi'ira beza bebechinas kiruv, and the mother shines close to the ziranpin, like the mother's closeness to the children in a close way. Kumo bina ben yudke, like the concept of bina is made of the letters of the son of yudke. Chochma ach echkam avira chokam mimeni, but wisdom is the idea of wisdom. I was tried to be wise, but it was far from me. So it's far from Zon, far from the children, so to speak, to reach the level of wisdom. Mochin da Abba ve'ima hema shalamayla meseder ishtashlus. Now the brains of the mother and father are above the order of creation, of creative process. Umashu seder ishtashlus, and that which is in the order of creation. Bina mekanana bebriya, because Bina is established in the world of Bria memalakol almin, that which fills creation. Abba mekanan be'atzilos soviv kol almin, and the father is established in Atzilos, that which encompasses the worlds. V'zeu ki tovim dodecha meyayin, and this is what it says, that your love is nicer than wine. Yayin hamisameach elokim, because wine corresponds with this level of Bina, or that which rejoices the Elokim alidei nichnasayin yatzasod, that the wine goes in and the secret come out. Alidei nichnasayin yatzasod havaya, through the concept of wine going in, so you bring out the secret of Hashem, the revelation, into Bia, or elevating it to Atzilus, to Bina. Dodecha mashalamayla mishtalshlus, but dodecha, your love of the Sofrim, so that's higher than the order of creation, higher than the Simchat Elokim. V'ulai al yidei Abba nimshach gilui mibechinas raza derazin dodecha gamkin divrei Sofrim. And maybe through the concept of Abba is drawn the concept of secrets, which is the love, also divrei Sofrim. Gamal derech ha'efresh min malachim l'neshamos, and similar also to the difference between angels and souls, which are from the zivug neshikin, zivug gufni, that draws down from the os yosef machshava to create malachim, or the drop, the essence of chokhmah that comes down with zivug gufni. Ishtalshlus gimel bechinos machshava dibur ma'aseh, and the order of creation is compared to the three levels of thought, speech, and action. Achin machshava legabi etzem chokhmah einu bebechinos ishtalshlus. But thought, in comparison to the essence of wisdom, is not in the order of creation, that the wisdom is higher than it. But in the order of creation, when the effect goes back up to its cause, the tigdala simcha, so the joy will be greatened when it goes back up to bina. Shisha melu shvatim, and you have the idea of the shvatim going up from bria to atzilus, elevation into that level of Ilias Malchus. Or Merkavta Tata Moshi Vayikra Sabayis Emabanim Samecha Simchas Libo, and then you have the idea of that he places the baron of the house to be a mother of joy, and the day of the rejoicing of his heart, which is to rejoice Malchus, the day of the building of the Beis Hamikdash. Bina ezu hasaga mevin davar metoch davar. Now bina is a concept of having some kind of grasping in that which is above. To understand the davar from the toch davar, from the glimmer, you understand the essence. From bina, the tainug that's of chachma, that's melubish in bina. Vayikra olam haba lahanchilo avayesh, and that's called the world to come, to give my love a something. Mechza tachton, which the 310 is the bottom half, mitarach, from the 620, ba'aba meir shayel yonim, and in the Abba of wisdom of Chachma shines the higher 310, the higher Shai.